Aloha, Michelle Melendez with Blossom Inner Wellness. Thanks for joining me. I wanted to do a video on the shockingness of birth certificates. Because the reason why I say that is because I'm going to show you what's on my birth certificate because it absolutely shocked me. So did you know that before 1920, it was the Maternity Act of 1921 and 1930 was an act put in place by, and I have some notes here on the right that I'm looking at, that was put in place by President Roosevelt. And it was an act that you had to register not only your newborn child, but you had to register yourself. And before 1921, they did not have this act. And what is this birth certificate for? Well, let me show you what's at the bottom of my birth certificate. And if you have your birth certificate, I would highly recommend that you look for this. But I'm going to do a screen share. I'm going to share this photo, and actually I have to share the screen to show you what is on my birth certificate, which I was shocked to see. Start, and let me go here, yeah. Okay, do you see this at the bottom? So I've closed out that is my Federal Reserve number, I believe, anyway. What I've closed out in that blue box is my Federal Reserve number. This is the state seal of California because I was born in California, but at the bottom of this is Midwest Bank Note Company. The bottom left-hand side of this birth certificate says Midwest Bank Note Company. And when I saw that, let me go back here. I was like, I've been researching stuff about what's happened with where we're at in the world and how people are living in a world that they don't understand. They don't understand. We don't understand that when you sign a birth certificate, you're actually creating a commodity, your child as a commodity for the government to get loans from the Federal Reserve. And it's like, Michelle, what are you talking about? You're crazy, right? Because I'm a conspiracy theorist or whatever. Actually, what did you know that conspiracy theorist was actually created by the CIA back in the 1960s when people were questioning the assassination of an amazingly beloved president, JFK, when people were questioning the assassination of that and curious about who really did kill him, and it was going against the narrative, the CIA created the term conspiracy theorists so that people would disregard other people researching and going against the narrative of what the mainstream media is talking about. And that is with everything. The mainstream media is owned by 6 people. They're the people who have a lot of money and have been in control of this world for a very, very long time. And so the term conspiracy theorist was so that people would disregard them, think they're crazy. But what's going on with this birth certificate? I want to know, why is Midwest Bank Note Company on my birth certificate in the bottom lower left-hand side? I never saw it before. I've had my birth certificate for a long time, and the border looks like a dollar bill, looks like a dollar, and it's printed there, and all my information is on there. Why is that? It's because in 1921, the Maternity Act was created, and it was also known as the Shepherd-Towner Act, and was being enforced by the population, and Americans were being pressured to register births. So what happens is I hate saying these things, but the government turned to the American birth certificates as a bond, to create a bond to be used primarily so that they could get collateral from the Federal Reserve Act. Now, the Federal Reserve is not part of the government. It was an act put in place by 1913 by Woodrow Wilson, and this act created a bank that could loan money to the government, because what was happening in 1913 is they needed money. And so the banks, I believe it was 7 different banks, and I'm not going to say their names. Well, we all know who they are, went to Congress and was trying to get this act passed. And it went through Christmas. I think it was December 23rd, I think, of 1913. So it kind of was slid through. And what created the Federal Reserve which is not part of the government. It's actually when you pay your taxes to the Federal Reserve, you're actually paying for the principal on the loans, which your birth certificate creates, gives money to the government for. And so why is that? Because it's estimated of how much money you'll make in your lifetime. So how much money this baby is going to make in their lifetime that is the collateral for paying off the loan. So this baby is born, this birth certificate is issued, the parents sign off on it, not realizing what it actually is, which is a bank note that says this baby is now collateral for the government to have loans based on the estimation of what this little child is going to earn in its lifetime. Whew. So I'm just going to share that. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, okay. By signing the birth certificate, people's signature actually charges up the bond, and okay, applying the fresh ink signature worked the same as applying credit to the instrument, like the same way someone signs a promissory note, which promises to pay. So in other words, the signer of this bond would be applying actual credit to it and pledging themselves and their future labor as collateral to a bank bond. This signature will also pledge their property listed on the birth certificate. So anyway, where you want to find this information, I will send the link at the bottom so you can look for it yourself. So why am I sharing this on Blossom Inner Wellness? Because it's important for us to know the truth. The truth, it says truth sets us free. The truth is actually love. The frequency of love is truth, and the frequency of truth is love. And that frequency is light. It's a light energy, and darkness cannot stand in the light. And the light is coming right now. Darkness that has been engulfing us, enslaving us, because this is a slave system. We are living in a slave world. And these birth certificates, which literally make us collateral, make us things for the G.O.V to get more money from for their wars, military industrial, the military industrial complex and all of that, that's by design. They need to keep war going in order for them to have these trillions of dollars. You know, how many trillions of dollars has the president given to Iraq? Ukraine. Over 80 billion, something like that. I don't know the exact number anymore. But why? That's American money. That's your taxes. That's your based on your labor. Why do they do that? You know, so I'm very much into questioning things. I'm not going to give the answer to that right now in this video, but maybe in another video. But this video is about, look at your birth certificate. Look at it. If it's not there, email me. Let me know. Michelle, you're wrong. This isn't there. Because I looked at mine and that's on my birth certificate. And I was like, you know, I've been studying this stuff for a long time, questioning things for a very long time. And when I saw that, I still was shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, this is true. And it was heartbreaking. And that's another thing too, is people can't, and it was hard. It's hard to wake up. It's hard to look and see what truly is happening, and the fact that we are in a slave system and we've been enslaved by these elitists. And I hate this using that name because they're not elite. They're not better than us. They're not. They're just have a ton more money, and they've set up a system that keeps us enslaved. And it's time for us to wake up and to look and see the light. And so when we do that, we are free. We are free in ourselves. So even though, you know, the systems are still happening, when we know about it and we take the time to go, what is really going on, then we're free. we start to become free. And we are free. This planet is free. I send out a frequency, a signal when each one of us is lit up with the truth of what is happening. That sends a frequency out saying no more. The darkness cannot stay hidden from the light, and the light is here within each one of us. And each one of us is our kuleana, our responsibility to see the truth and not ignore it. And it doesn't mean you have to do anything, but just know what's happening in the world. Decide to know what's happening for yourself, for your children, for your grandchildren. Do you want them to be in a slave system? I don't. And I don't even have children. But it matters to me that we are free, because this planet is free. It's a beautiful planet. I absolutely love it. I'm here on the Big Island, and I just send you so much aloha. And in fact, let's just do a quick prayer if you're still with me. Also, if you're still with me, you can always buy me a coffee. The link is below. I also do a lot of fitness and wellness workshops and classes, and you can actually purchase a 6-week workout with me. The link is below, and if you want private sessions online, that link is also below. So I'd love to support you in that aspect as well. But let's do a quick prayer. Just close your eyes and just breathe into your amazing human body that is not a commodity. This is a vessel. This body is a vessel for your soul to have a human experience. And you are not a slave. You are free. You are free. So right now, feeling to the frequency, and even though there's fear and there's worry and there's like, what the heck is Michelle talking about? Is this true? Oh my gosh. Just breathe into that and don't try to fix it. Just honor this human body, whatever it's feeling right now in this present moment. And find that part of you, that's part inside of you that knows you're free, that knows that you are a light being, where your heart is beating and your lungs are contracting and expanding, and you're not plugged into the wall. You don't have batteries. The infinite source of all things that created this earth and put the stars in the heaven, put our solar system together, this infinite intelligence, because there is an infinite intelligence that can grow an oak tree out of an acorn that's running the tides in the oceans, beating your heart. So trusting in this heart, trusting in this higher power, trusting in this greater source that has put everything together, that's got this journey that you're on. So just trusting yourself, trusting your own inner guidance, knowing that you are a light being, that if there was the most powerful microscope that could look into the cells of your body, what it would see in the very, very, very smallest particle is light. So breathe into the light that is you right now and know that it connects with all other light beings, which are human beings, which is actually everything on the planet, because every single cell of even trees, you look into it and you see light. So breathe into this light that is in every cell of your body, in every particle on the planet, and know that it expands throughout the planet and pulsates out into the galactic field, this frequency of love, of power, of inner strength, and of freedom, and of peace, and of harmony, and of unity, that we are unified with one heartbeat of humanity together, that this world is unified, that all people are unified together, beating with one heartbeat. Our synchronized hearts are beating together, pulsating a frequency out, that this planet is free, that we are free, that we are love. We are loved beyond measure. We are loved like the sun always has sent light and warmth to the planet, never asking for anything in return. She just gives and gives and gives, and that is how much we are loved. So trusting in your own journey and putting your hands on your heart and sending your body right now, this human body, where the blood holds all of your memory of everything you've ever experienced in your life and the memory of your ancestral line. Sending this human body compassion, so much compassion, and knowing that you have this strength to endure whatever you discover about the truth, and that you have the inner strength to go through whatever's coming that allows us all to be free, to live in a world where we love each other, to live in a world that's peaceful, with no weapons, no arms, no bombs, no guns, no murder. We can live in that world, and we can live in it right now. We can breathe into the frequency of heaven on earth, a feeling that we all are peaceful and that we all have more than enough. We all live in absolute abundance. Can you imagine what that is like? Can you imagine a world where no bills, no taxes, where we're just free? Free to do what is our heart's content, free to love, free to laugh, free to hug, feeling absolutely energized and empowered in these human bodies, these human vessels, that this body is so, so healthy and vibrant and energized and energetic, that we sleep really, really well and we wake up energized and feeling fantastic. And each person has that feeling and that frequency and goes throughout their life, making the world a better place for themselves and for each other and for the planet. We call that forth now. We know that that's the world we live in. We live in a world of love, of harmony, of unity together. We call that forth now. We breathe into the gratitude of our own inner self and our guides and our angels, and the gratitude we have for the Aina, for the planet, for the earth, for Mother Nature. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we give so, so much gratitude to those that are bringing forth truth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you to you for exploring truth for yourself. Coming in back into your body, wiggling your toes and your fingers. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. And I just send you so much love and aloha from the big island of Hawaii. And even though it is scary to look and see the truth for what it is, and even just question, well, should I look? Should I look at my birth certificate and see if what Michelle's saying is true? You don't have to. It's your choice. And that's what the thing is right now, is the third dimension is choice. This is choice. You get to choose what you believe. You get to choose what you research and explore. But regardless of if you choose to explore it or not, the truth is the truth. It cannot stay hidden forever. And the fact that there was a Maternity Act of 1921 that forced people to register their children, and the fact that those birth certificates are printed on bank notes. And if it's not on your birth certificate, explore asking for the original, because you can ask for the original birth certificate, because you don't have the original. This is a copy. You have a copy. Why is that? Why don't you have the original? There's a reason for that. So just exploring. The one thing about Blossom Inner Wellness is about truth, and you're blossoming your own inner wellness through whatever you find that is scary, and the truth that this is a slave system that we do live in currently, but not forever, because love and light are also here on the planet, and you are the light. Every single cell of your body is light. It's a light frequency, and that is the truth of who you are. And when you go forth in the inner strength of knowing that you're always taken care of, you're always guided, and even through very fearful times of how am I going to pay the bills, miracles can happen. Miracles can happen, and that's meant for you. So sending you so much love and aloha.